Hi everybody, this is Mark from Hostfully, and I want to show you some new things you can do with secure links for your guidebook. In the previous video, which I'll link to in the description, we talked about how to restrict access to your entire guidebook in a kind of all or nothing way, where only users with the secure links can view your guidebook at all. However, we expect a lot of users to want to be able to share their guidebooks with prospective guests without revealing some sensitive information like their Wi-Fi code or their access information or particular house manual cards. So we allow that as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I've got a simple guidebook setup called Security Example here, and then I've also gone ahead and created an example secure link for that guidebook. The previous video shows how to set up these secure links, but it's very simple. If you're used to our system, there's a new option called secure links here, and you can create these links. You give it a label, you choose a guidebook, you set a start date and an end date, and that allows you to send a special link, which I'm copying here, to a guidebook that's only valid during that date range, and which will allow special features like I'm going to show you today. I'm going to use a incognito window to show you what this guidebook looks like without a secure link. I haven't secured anything on the guidebook yet, so this is, and then I'm going to have the secure link ready over here for next time. So this guidebook is just really bare bones. It's got a check-in card with check-in date, some access information that's really generic and doesn't have any secure information in it. It's got Wi-Fi network information, which we want to secure, and then it's got some house manual cards. So I'm going to walk through a handful of things that you can secure. First, we want to be able to share our house access, like a door code or something. We want to be able to share that with our guests, but we don't want it on our guidebook all the time. So what we do is we go to the check-in card for this guidebook, which I've called Secure Check-in, and you can go down to this section where there's the basic access information. And right here you see this is the basic access information available to anyone. This is what you see in the window here. So there's also this toggle now that says, do you want to restrict access to the property entry details? Funny, this section used to be called access information, and the sentence, do you want to restrict access to the access information, was too confusing, so we changed it. Anyway, we toggle this to yes, and then you get a whole new box, and this is where your restricted information can go. There's a little blurb explaining all of this. There's links to how to do it, how to create the links, but the gist of it is now you have two boxes. One is secure, one is not. The old box becomes the not secure box. So everything that used to be there, if you're editing an existing guidebook, ends up in that box, and only the secure one is empty. So this secure check-in box, I can now say the door access code is 12345. I'm gonna go ahead and save. And then if I go view the guidebook, nothing has changed because I'm still just viewing it with the normal link. But if I go ahead and use that secure link that I copied, you can now see that in this gaining access section, it says the door access code is 12345. So that secure information now shows to this user who's viewing the guidebook securely, which that's the whole intent. So I'm going to try not to refresh this old one. Don't worry about that. Now the next step is going to go do the same thing for the Wi-Fi code. That's our next highest priority thing that we think people are going to want to not include by default. So on a Wi-Fi card where you're providing the network details directly into your guidebook, which a lot of people do, you can now toggle this extra toggle that says, do you want to restrict access to the Wi-Fi details? Just say yes, and you go ahead and save it. And now we can view the guidebook again. This guidebook is still being viewed securely, so you can see there's the access code and there's the Wi-Fi code. But if I use a new incognito window and grab that guidebook link again, sorry, and try just the base guidebook URL, you can see that it's back to the basic access information, and it also doesn't allow the user to see the network information. And one more step. I'm going to go and create a new house manual card. Say you have a whole bunch of information that you want to include only for people that are viewing it securely, or maybe you just want really basic house manual information and you want to restrict access to all of the rest of the stuff, like how to use the TV, whatever, because none of that's important except for someone that's actually going to be a confirmed guest. So you can make a new card, just secure house manual, use an icon card, secure info, gonna look for a lock icon. Good, we have one. And then you could say this is the secret of the house, whatever. Now there's a new toggle here on the house manual edit form that says, do you want to restrict access to this house manual card? So you go ahead and say yes, assign that card to the guidebook, save it. Now I'm going to go to my example. This is, again, not being viewed with secure link. So if I refresh, we'll see here's the basic access information, no Wi-Fi info, and then that new house manual card I made isn't here. So perfect. Now if I go grab my secure link once more and view the guidebook using that, you'll once again see there's the house access info, there's the Wi-Fi details, and if I go to house manual, here's that secure card I set up. So there you have it. You can now, using this kind of more advanced version of securing the guidebook, you can have an public version of your guidebook and then have some private information as well. You can have both. So I'll put some links in the description back to the other videos. I'm also going to make another video about a little bit more detailed stuff you can do with this that we're really excited about. Like having a different access code for each guest, or using the guest's name, or showing their check-in date and check-out date right on the arrival and departure cards. So that'll be a whole separate video, and I'll put a link to it down here once all the videos are made. So enjoy.